You are the donkey of the day. Can somebody explain to me what this donkey, Kathy Griffin, was thinking about when she held up uh, a severed head of Donald Trump, the president, commander in chief, the leader of the free world? What was this woman thinking about? Please, somebody break it down to me because I am not sure. Now, your boy gave her donkey of the day, but I had to give her triple donkey of the day. Then she had some type of cornball apology, you know, because basically what happened was, look at this. The Secret Service tweeted out, pretty much, we on that ass. But here's the Secret Service tweet right here. On it, Secret Service has robust protection intelligence division that monitors open source reporting society, social media to evaluate threats. Now, I don't know if any of you consider this a threat. This is my boy Charlemagne giving her a donkey because this lady's crazy. But I don't know if any of you consider that a threat when you hold up the head of someone. You know what I mean? I don't care if you're an artist or not. She's a 56-year-old comedian who, to me, was never funny, and I just don't get it. There was nothing. Listen. I understand comedians like to make statements because comedians can be very political, to a fault, and that's exactly what happened here. And then Kathy issued some type of corny statement. Let me see if we can fast forward to her corny statement. There's your boy, Commander in Chief, the only orange person on the whole planet. But let me see if I can fast forward this. Contest, negative press. Yeah, the president, Kofifi, whatever that means. But let me try to fast forward here. But here's Kathy Griffin with some type of half cocked uh, apology. I am sorry. I went too far. I went over the line, crossed it, then went over the line again. You know what, Kathy? You didn't go over the line. You know what you did? You obliterated the line. You said there is no line. What you did was you said, screw the line. I'm going to do this anyway. There is no line. Why do we even have a line? Whose line is it? Whose line is it anyway? Why is there an arbitrary line? You know why, Kathy? Because it's a felony to threaten the president. You know what I'm saying? And all those people, like Charlemagne mentioned, who threatened the president, Obama, all those people went to jail. And listen, I'm gonna tell you guys something. I'm gonna tell you guys something you didn't know about Tone 202. Years ago, it's a little story time for Tone 202. For some of my new subscribers, I don't think I ever mentioned this before. Years ago, got into some trouble, as people do. Went to jail for a week. You know what I'm saying? Went to jail for a week. And I was in a felony tank. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how they try to over indict you. Nonetheless, I was in a felony tank and I was in there with an Asian dude. I was in there with 8 people, but there was an Asian dude in there knocking his head up against the wall. Now you know how there's always that one person who tells you the story of everybody in there. Yeah, I started talking to that dude, and I was like, "What's his story?" It was something out of a movie. I mean, the way it was all laid out. It was like, "Oh, him? Yeah." What this guy did was he got drunk. And when he got drunk, his friends dared him to send a letter to, I think it was George Bush at the time, because it was 2006, to send a letter to George Bush saying that he was going to cause him harm. This knucklehead did it on a dare. Sent that letter out. The FBI showed up at his front door, snatched him, and put him in jail. And he had been in jail for months because it's a federal crime. And let me tell you something about federal crime. They can hold you in a state prison as long as they want to when it comes to a federal crime. They don't there's no hurry up and there's no speedy trial. They can hold you for there. I know people been waiting for their trial for years. They're just going to hold you because they can do what they want because it's a federal crime. And what you're doing right there is a federal crime. And Kathy Griffin, it would not surprise me if they came and picked you up and threw you in jail for just enough to scare you and say, hey, here's the line that you crossed, since you obviously didn't know where it was. You want to know where the line is, Kathy? Here's the line. Let's see if we can play